phải biết dùng cái thiền để tránh làm cái nạn nhân của cái cuộc sống, victim of life. Modern day life is very, very stressful, and therefore meditation is one of those skills, one of those tools that you could use to cope with stress. Cuộc sống đó, văn minh này càng ngày nó càng căng thẳng tinh thần, thành ra cái vị phải biết dùng thiền để mà bớt cái sự căng thẳng tinh thần. Okay. Inherently, the process of meditating reduces stress. Thì bất cứ phương pháp thiền nào sẽ giúp quý vị bớt cái căng thẳng tinh thần. Okay. Furthermore, meditation will give you strength. Cái gì là cái thiền nó giúp quý vị tăng sức khỏe. It increase your mental strength as well as physical strength. Tăng sức khỏe của cái tinh thần quý vị, cũng giống như của cái thân thể quý vị. You know that? You meditate. Your mind becomes stronger. Mỗi lần quý vị thiền đó, cái tâm quý vị nó càng ngày nó càng mạnh. Okay. The more skilled you are at meditation, the stronger your mind becomes. Cái khả năng thiền quý vị đó nó càng ngày càng tiến bộ, cái tâm quý vị nó càng mạnh, cái óc quý vị nó càng ngày nó càng mạnh. It's going to help you cope with stress, cope with illness. Và nhờ như vậy giúp quý vị có cái sức mạnh để mà phấn đấu, để mà bớt để đối phó với các cái bệnh tật. Because your increased mental strength, okay, is associated with the increase in chi flow. Cái óc quý vị nó càng mạnh thì cái khí lực quý vị nó càng ngày nó càng mạnh. It's in parallel. Mentally, the more mentally strong you become, the stronger your chi flows inside your body. That's the way it is. Cái óc quý vị nó càng ngày nó càng mạnh thì cái khí càng ngày nó càng lưu chuyển, càng mạnh. Okay, making your body healthier, và khiến cơ thể quý vị nó khỏe mạnh hơn. More flexible, your legs become more flexible. Chân quý vị nó ngồi nó lỏng hơn. So that just like the most of you, when I first started to meditate, my legs are up in the air like this. Giống như đa số quý vị lúc thầy bắt đầu ngồi thiền, cái chân nó chổng lên trời. Some of my students, his legs, my first student in meditation 10 years ago, 9 years ago, he came to me, he'd been meditating for 20 years. And I said, can you cross your legs? He said, yes, I can. This is how he crossed his legs. Okay? So, after 20 years, this is how he meditated. Okay? After a year with Chan, he could sit in half lotus. He can sit like this only. Okay? Like two mortars. If you've ever been to war, this is the shape of a mortar. Okay? It sticks out like this, and you shoot the mortars over to the enemy further away. So after a year of practice, he could sit in half lotus, flat. Okay? And his was 73 years old. So it's never too late, right, to learn Chan. Anh thầy nói, cách đây 9 năm, học trò của thầy đầu tiên của thầy người Mỹ đó, 73 tuổi. Ông ngồi, sau khi thiền 10 năm, 20 năm, thì thầy hỏi ông có ngồi xếp bằng được không? Nói không, tôi xếp bằng được chứ, tôi xếp bằng như vậy nè, như hai cái sông cối vậy đó. Và sau khi ngồi thiền với thầy 1 năm trời thì chân nó dẹp xuống mà ngồi bán dài được. Okay. So anyway, because of the increase in chi, your body becomes more flexible, which is associated with a healthier body. Cơ thể quý vị nó dẻo, cái chân quý vị nó dẻo thì sức khỏe quý vị nó tăng trưởng. Any questions about that? Okay, those are the minimal things you could expect from meditation. Thành lúc quý vị thiền đó, cái đó là cái mà căn bản nhất, mà lợi mà nhỏ nhất mà quý vị có thể có được. It's a minimal. Okay. And we Buddhists have a lot more than that. Mà cái người bên Phật giáo chúng ta thì có nhiều hơn nữa. For example, the Buddhists are not happy with just being healthy. Once they become healthy, they want, well, I want a job now. I want. Mấy người Phật tử thì một khi mà họ cơ thể họ khỏe rồi thì họ muốn khỏe hơn, họ muốn được cái công việc. So what do? We teach them to recite One Yin's name. Người như vậy thì chúng tôi dạy họ niệm Quán Thế Âm Bồ Tát. When they're in trouble, khi mà họ đông nguy, in trouble for any kind of trouble, they recite One Yin Bodhisattva's name. When they want something, they seeking a promotion, a job, they recite One Yin Bodhisattva's name. So and somehow it works for them. It worked for quite a lot of people. That's why the Buddhists, a lot of them recite One Yin name. Thành ra bên Phật giáo chúng ta, khi mà đã khỏe mạnh rồi, thì họ lại muốn là được việc, được lâm nạn, thì họ được dạy niệm Quán Thế Âm Bồ Tát để mà cầu xin. Okay, so in fact, we even have more. We have mantras, like we have some of our students are taught mantras, mấy người trò thầy thì được dạy về mấy cái thần chú. And for example, the four to hands and eyes, cái thủ nhãn, pháp thủ nhãn. In there are ways for you to get a promotion, to get all kinds of things, money and all kinds of things. Cái thủ nhãn nó giúp quý vị được nhiều cái mà quý vị muốn lắm, không phải tiền bạc không, mà chữ bình là nào. Anyway, any questions about that? And if you are worried about getting into accidents, quý vị sợ bị tai nạn, whether it's an airplane or train accident or car accident, then we teach our Buddhist disciples, Buddhist followers, to recite Medicine Master Buddha's name, because that particular type of meditation will help prevent car accidents and all types of accidental deaths. Okay, it worked for a lot of them. Những người Phật tử mà họ muốn tránh bị tai nạn thì được dạy cái phương pháp là niệm Dược Sư Phật. Okay, so in general, not only the Buddhists, the non-Buddhist meditation practices also have various things, various methods to help you get what you want. Không phải riêng Phật giáo không, mà ngoài mấy cái phương pháp thiền ngoại đạo có những cái cách để giúp quý vị được quý vị muốn. So far so good. Okay, so meditation in general is designed to help you get what you want. Okay, if you only meditate and you stop at stress reduction and health, then you're getting the lowest level of benefits from meditation. Những cái người cái việc mà thiền mà tại vì muốn là cầu được cái bớt các tinh thần căng thẳng và được sức khỏe, cái đó là mới một cái lợi ích mà nhỏ nhất và thấp nhất về thiền thôi. There's a lot more to meditation, a lot much greater benefits to meditation than those low level types of benefits. So far so good. Cái thiền nó có nhiều cái. Okay. When I talk about this, khi nói tới cái này, then this is what the non-Buddhist meditation techniques tend to stress. Khi nói tới đây thì nhắc lại những cái phương pháp mà ngoại đạo đó, người ta thường chú trọng cái chuyện này. They explain to you that meditation will help you become happier and get what you want. Họ dạy cái vị nó thiền để giúp cái vị được hạnh phúc hơn và được những cái vị đạt những cái vị mình muốn. Sounds good? Okay. We Buddhists don't teach that. The true Buddhist meditation, we don't teach you that. Nên Phật giáo chúng tôi đó không dạy cái vị như vậy. Why not? Because we are nice people. Okay. Tại vì chúng tôi rất là tử tế đàng hoàng. We do not want to mislead you. Chúng tôi không muốn lừa gạt quý vị. Because if we teach you, if you learn meditation for small gains, nếu cái vị thiền để mà tìm những cái lời nhỏ nhỏ đó, then you end up being disappointed. Quý vị sẽ thất vọng. You know, there's much more important benefits from meditation you should be aware of. Khi quý vị thiền có những cái lợi ích mà nó rất là quan trọng mà quý vị cần phải biết. Mireya, Myrena, what is it? Wisdom. Oh, you're boring. God, you are a party pooper. You stole all the thunder out of my speech. Took me 20 minutes to bring you to this point, and then you just give it away just like that. That's correct. Wisdom. When we teach you meditation, it's about helping you acquire or open your wisdom. What is wisdom? Là cái thiền không phải là giúp quý vị đạt những cái chuyện nhỏ nhỏ, lời nhỏ, mà thực ra thiền giúp quý vị có cái lời rất là lớn. Lớn là gì? Là khai mở trí huệ. Trí huệ là làm cái gì? What for? Why would you want to open your wisdom? Quickly, before some of you become disappointed and leave. Ai nói lẹ sao có một số người sắp muốn bỏ đi rồi, không muốn nghe những chuyện này. You want gains, right? You want to meditate because you want this, you want that, right? Right? You want to be happier, don't you? Knowledge. What for? To understand what for? You know, like you want to be smarter, right? More knowledgeable, like a professor. They're very smart, right? But the more you know, the more knowledge you have, the smarter you become, right? You become as smart as the professors of Buddhism, professors of medicine, professors of engineering, whatever, right? Correct? You think they're happy? Have you met a professor at a college who's happy? Anyone? Raise your hands, please. Normal? Có người nói là muốn thiền để biết nhiều hơn. Thì nói biết nhiều hơn để làm cái gì? Biết nhiều hơn là để thông minh giống như các vị giáo sư trong đại học này đấy. Thì hỏi cái vị giáo sư đại học, cái vị có thấy giáo sư đại học nào mà hạnh phúc là không? Chưa vì thấy những giáo sư nào mà hạnh phúc đấy. They're all so unhappy. Yes? My brother is graduated from UC Berkeley, had a PhD in mathematics, theoretical mathematics, one of the toughest subjects in mathematics. Em của thầy là giáo sư đại học ra trường Berkeley về toán, tiến sĩ về toán, mà trong cái ngành toán mà rất là lý thuyết. Cái toán lý thuyết nó khó, it's very, very difficult. It's called functional analysis. Pure math, okay? Đó là Toán là chỉ lý thuyết thôi đó. Absolutely useless. It's true. Cái toán functional analysis is so difficult, it's all theory, and không có lời gì hết. Yes, sir. They explain quantum mechanics. Yeah. It turns out, you know, the advances in functional analysis, okay, percolates down. It actually a trickle down thing. And it goes down to quantum physics and so on, okay? And it takes about years until that happens. That's why initially functional analysis in math is absolutely useless. No one knows what to do with it. And someday someone, you know, have a revelation and they use a tiny portion of it. That's it. The rest is absolutely useless.
They use that to predict the marketing process. For example, you don't know what is going on when the message.
The applied mathematics is based on functional analysis. Okay, that's true too. But you know, the applied mathematics is a tiny portion of functional analysis. So why would you spend your entire life studying something that, you know, the rest of the world have doesn't know what to do with? And yet there are crazy people who are doing it. Okay, and they're very proud of it. They say, oh, wow, I'm so smart. Mấy cái giáo sư đại học em thấy em có thể học về cái ngành functional analysis rất là lý thuyết, rất là khó mà nó chả có lời hết, không ai biết xài. Okay, and you know the reason they're doing it because what? They enjoy being smarter than the rest of us. Họ nghĩ là họ thông minh hơn mình. Okay. They solve these problems. They're just impossible. No one knows what to do with them. No one knows even what they mean. And they spend their entire life pursuing this guy, these problems. His professor took him 30 years, who stuck 30 years in his life on this problem that my brother solved. And then what? Nothing happens of it. Sư phụ của ông á, và em có thầy là ông kẹt cái vấn đề cái bài toán này kẹt 30 năm trời. Ông gọi là một trong sư tổ của ngành functional analysis, trình độ cao nhất trong ngành trên thế giới bây giờ. Mà kẹt 30 năm giải quyết không xong. Em thầy giải quyết xong rồi phải bỏ 5 trời giải quyết xong thì bây giờ chả biết làm gì nữa luôn nè. So what does he do now? He meditates. He làm cái gì? Thiền. Okay. Knowledge doesn't make you happy. That's what I'm trying to get at. Cái tri thức đó không làm cái gì hạnh phúc được. You realize that? For example, knowing how to make more money, làm nhiều tiền hơn, does it make you happy? It should, but it doesn't. Right? I don't know because I'm poor, so I can't tell you. So the knowledge is not just when you want to acquire knowledge, not just any kind of knowledge. You agree? Là cái gì muốn mà tìm cái tri thức không phải bất cứ loại tri thức nào. In Buddhism, the reason that we teach you to meditate is in order to open your wisdom. Thành thiền của Phật giáo đó là dạy cái vị để giúp cái vị mở cái trí huệ. What's the point in opening your wisdom? You open your wisdom not cái trí huệ không phải là tri thức. Wisdom is quite different from knowledge. Okay. Kinh nghiệm, cái tri thức không phải là trí huệ. What is his wisdom here? The wisdom to be truly happy. If you have wisdom, then you know true happiness. Trí huệ để quý vị biết hạnh phúc là cái gì? You see, the non-Buddhist meditation, they tout themselves, their approach as to help you get what you want, right? Những cái phương pháp thiền mà không phải Phật giáo đó, ngoại đạo đó, họ nói là cái vị thiền để giúp cái vị được cái vị muốn. Okay, and they say, okay, for example, some Buddhists, not only outsiders, our externalists, but also some Buddhist practices. For example, the Japanese Nichiren. Anyone heard of Nichiren? You don't know anything, do you? You definitely need to meditate more to acquire more knowledge. No excuse for being ignorant, okay? Anyway, just kidding. This Buddhist meditation practice, they're promoting this, reciting this phrase, repeating this phrase repeatedly, and people who do that find love, find a job, win the lottery, $5 or $10, something like that, you know, and so on and so on. So people, bên Nichiren là một cái phương pháp mà niệm Phật, niệm Phật giáo mà bên của Nhật Bản, người ta có sự thành công về kiếm việc, kiếm tình yêu này nọ. Okay. The problem with all these things is that they appeal to your greed. Cái phương pháp này có một cái cùng một cái quan điểm là kích thích cái lòng tham của quý vị. They appeal, I repeat, they appeal to your sense of greed, khiến quý vị tham lam hơn. Does it ring a bell? If you meditate for greedy reasons, nếu quý vị thiền vì cái lòng tham, okay, you will not be happy. Quý vị không thể nào hạnh phúc được. Why is that? Well, the nature of greed is that you can never be content. You cannot never be satisfied. Nếu quý vị còn tham thì quý vị sẽ không bao giờ thỏa mãn. Am I correct? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So if you practice meditation because you are greedy for things, and once you get it, what are you going to do? Thì quý vị thiền, quý vị làm cái gì? Không cần phải thiền làm cái gì mà được rồi. Rồi sau khi quý vị đã được cái vị muốn, khi mình muốn rồi, thì làm cái gì? What are you going to do after you get what you want? You want to get more money, more love, more alcohol, more marijuana, right? You never stop. Và một khi cái vị được cái mình muốn rồi thì muốn thêm nữa, đâu không bao giờ ngừng đâu. Có tiền muốn thêm tiền, có tình thương muốn thêm tình thương, có rượu muốn thêm rượu, muốn thuốc phiện thêm thuốc phiện, right? And just like marijuana, just like drugs, the more alcohol, the more you get it, the more you kill yourself. So the greed is not necessarily good for you. Thành cái vị thiền mà cái nuôi dưỡng cái lòng tham đó là không tốt cho quý vị. Agree, disagree? You have to be careful about this. So in Buddhism, when we teach you meditation, the purpose of Buddhist meditation is to help you become less greedy. Cái Phật giáo chúng tôi thiền để giúp quý vị bớt tham. You can quit now, you can leave now. There's no need for you to continue because you continue to convince yourself you'll be just being greedy. Yes? So if some of you are disappointed, this is not what I'm looking for, then you're right. Okay? Meditation is about shedding what's not necessary. That's what wisdom is about. Cái thiền giúp quý vị bỏ những cái gì mình không cần thiết. Questions or comments? Ai có ý kiến thắc mắc gì không? You don't need to agree with me. Không cần phải đồng ý với thầy. Okay? The exchange of ideas, of opinions. Đây là mình có thể trao đổi ý kiến với nhau. Okay? If you become less greedy, nếu quý vị bớt tham lam. If you become less angry, quý vị nếu quý vị bớt nóng giận. Because if you meditate, the more skilled you are, the less angry you will become. Quý vị thiền không phải bớt tham lam, không, mà bớt giận, bớt nóng. You become more tolerant towards the people who offend you, who are mean to you. Quý vị càng ngày càng khoan dung với con người mà là những người mà làm mình giận, làm người mình thất vọng. That's what meditation is supposed to do. Những người thiền, if you're like that, the more skilled you are at meditation, at meditating, càng ngày càng có khả năng thiền, the kinder you become, the less greedy you become, the less angry you become. Cái thiền Phật giáo là càng ngày càng bớt tham lam, càng bớt giận, càng hiền hòa hơn. More embracing, kinder, more compassionate, càng ngày càng khoan dung, càng ngày càng có từ bi hơn. That's the foundation of true happiness. Đó là cái nền tảng của cái sự hạnh phúc chân thật. Think about the premise. Nghĩ lại cho coi. If you cannot be happy unless you get more and more and more, right? Is that the constant model? Right? Mình thường người ta nghĩ rằng mình hạnh phúc khi nào từng ngày mình có nhiều hơn, right? The more you get, it usually is at the expense of someone else. Am I correct? Thường khi bị có nhiều hơn thì con người phải thiệt thòi. Okay, let's look at the stock market. If you make more money in the stock market, lose money, someone has to pay for it, right? Giống như chơi mấy cái cổ phần vậy đó. Cổ phần khi bị tăng giá thì con người phải bị hụt giá, cái gì mới được lời. Yes. And some of you might say, but what? There are some cases where it's a win-win situation. Yes, sometimes it happens. Most of the time, usually you win at the expense of someone else. We agree on that. Thường cái bị lợi thì con người phải lỗ. Okay. So your happiness is based on someone's unhappiness. Think about it. Nên quý vị thấy không? Cái hạnh phúc quý vị nó dựa trên cái sự bất hạnh phúc của người khác. As far as so good, see the premise of the worldly model of happiness is that let me get more, because when I get more, I'm happier. Okay, cái người thế gian Pháp nói là mình cái gì càng nhiều thì càng hạnh phúc. Okay, but then you don't stop and think about. When you stop and think about it, you see that when you have more, someone has to have less. Okay. Thường ta nghĩ rằng mình có nhiều hơn mình sẽ hạnh phúc hơn. Điều không ai nghĩ rằng ai cũng quên rằng khi mình có nhiều hơn, ta cũng phải bị thiệt thòi mà không có nhiều hơn được. Okay. So vì vậy cái hạnh phúc của mình là dựa trên sự bất hạnh người khác. Because of that, how can you be truly happy? If you think like that, that's exactly how you deal with your wife. My premise. Nếu quý vị suy nghĩ như vậy là cách quý vị đối phó với vợ chồng quý vị ý chấp như vậy thôi. You want to gain at the expense of your spouse. Thì muốn lợi mà cái người vợ chồng mình phải thiệt thòi. Sounds familiar? Huh? You women want those washer and dryers the husband has to charge it. Right? And if your spouse is unhappy, how can you be happy? Và nếu như vợ chồng mình mà không vừa lòng, không hạnh phúc, làm sao cái gì hạnh phúc được? Questions or comments? Ai kiên thắc mắc hay không? Am I going too far? No one wants to hear this, right? Everyone sweeps it under the rug. It's okay, she won't notice. Yes? So if you meditate, nói cách khác, nói một cách thực tế, to be more factual, you meditate, the more skill you become, và càng ngày càng cái việc càng thiền, mà càng ngày càng tiến bộ, then the more gentle and the kinder you become to your wife. Cái gì tự nhiên sẽ hiền tử tế và dịu dàng với vợ mình hơn. No? No, huh? How come all that as if really? You didn't know that? Okay. I repeat, you meditate. When you improve, you're more gentle and you're kinder to your wife. Then you're on the right tracks. Okay. Same thing with the women. You also become more gentle and kinder. It's not only for the men, but also for women as well. Okay. Questions or comments? I think everyone's falling asleep today. Yes. I'm curious, when you meditate, it hurt so much? Yes, it's supposed to. Is your mind supposed to live up, or what are you supposed to want to do? You think of a lot of people who just release whatever's in their head and do something like that. Ah, very good. Có người mới tới lần đầu tiên, it's her first time, so she wonders, what do we do when we meditate? Cô thắc mắc, quý vị đang ngồi thiền, quý vị làm gì? I have no clue. So I've been teaching for 9 years. I have no clue what you're doing. Can you share with her, with this lady here? What do you do when you meditate? Quý vị làm ơn đi qua hỏi để coi, nói với cô này biết là quý vị đang thiền, quý vị làm gì? Yes sir, what do you do when you meditate? He lets his mind go blank, meaning he's falling asleep. Ông ấy ngủ gật. Yes. Ông nói là ông bớt những cái tình cảm mà ông không nghĩ tới gì hết đó. This is very emotional man. How old are you? You never learn. You have yet to learn, huh? Usually when you reach 50, that's when the emotions go down. It's more controllable. And then when 60, you're too tired. 70, you give up. You haven't learned yet, young man. Emotional punishment? Oh, okay. Emotions management.
Not just meditation. Any type of meditation. I know there's various types of meditation. And I would just like to know if there's anything.
It's the first time a 70-year-old asked us about learning to control their emotions. Serious. Ông nói là thiền để mà kiềm chế những cái tình cảm này. Yes, you can talk to them. It turns out that there is you can talk to the level people back there, these monks and nuns. They can tell you more about what we can do to help you. You can come during the week as well to meditate. Okay, yeah. Okay, anyone else? Emotions? Oh, 70-year-old. Oh, that's too much. Yes, ma'am. That the thoughts go naturally? Really? You don't focus on breathing or something like that? You know everything? Oh. Another quieter. Okay. Many people who practice meditation, they do some form of breath contemplation, counting, if you will. Okay. Rất nhiều người ta tu theo phương pháp là thiền theo hơi thở. Raise your hand, someone who practice some form of breath control meditation. 1, 2, 3, you see, quite popular. They actually count the breath. They follow the breath. And then in and out, in and out. Okay. That's one way. Yes?
I teach high school and I've been assigning meditation to my students.
You what? You what meditation your students? Yes. High school? Oh, I feel for you.
And I've been assigning meditation to them over the weekend. So this is the second weekend. The first weekend, last weekend, I assigned 15 minutes of homework for meditation, and I took them.
Okay.
I had to try to find a quiet place and focus on the breathing, nothing about anything still. And I talked to them. One of the things we discussed with us, and after that, we would write a reflection. Tell me about your meditation, what the process, if you were able to not think about anything, or what you thought about, and it was very interesting. The responses were so varied. From some students said, like, the house was so noisy, I tried, but I couldn't get the noise out, and I just kept thinking about things. And some students said that it was great, that they couldn't wait for next time. It was the only time in their life that they didn't have anything to worry about. So I wanted to ask you, for the students who can't find a quiet spot, because like I had some students that told me, well, my parents have the TV on very loud all the time, and and there's a lot of laughter and comedy in the films, but I can't get that out of my head, and I can't meditate. What advice can I give to them, to those students who can't find a quiet space? Just, I've been told that just practice, like to sit down and talk to your family, so then this is your homework, and then this week it's 20 minutes. I'm slowly increasing week by week, and hopefully by the end of the school year, easy an hour. So what do
when is that noisy, then they could, the simplest thing to do is to move away from it. Okay, go somewhere else. go to garage or go to the yard or somewhere, and go to someone's house somewhere else, go to a library, okay, and meditate and do the homework instead of being at home, because the noise is a big distraction. Okay. How old are they? The students? 15, 16. Ooh, that's a tough age. What you doing? Cái cô này cô dạy thiền cho trung học. Khuyến khích họ mấy đứa mít ngồi thiền 15 phút, 20 phút. Chuyện rất là tốt. It's very good you're doing. What you're doing is you introducing your kids, your students to the process of meditation, which will be very helpful for them. Okay, in the rest of their lives. Cái thiền, cái phương pháp này cái cách làm của cô này rất tốt cho người học sinh, vì họ thấy because your message to them should be, this is a process where you learn to quiet your mind. That's what it's about. Cái thiền để mà cái óc mình nó yên xuống. Yes. What interests me about her approach is this. What caught my attention is that she says the kids love it because it's something they find completely new. Okay, they haven't experienced before. That's a very strong selling point for them. Cái mà thầy để ý, it's a good idea too to use some kind of sound to focus on instead of that. But that's really my interest would be to help them blank their mind instead of attaching it to some more sounds. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes it works, but most of the time it will not, because parents tend to look down upon the kids' projects. That's a problem. Yeah, you are not a typical mother. Yes. Earplugs? Yes. That would work. But the reason, I thought of earplugs too, but the reason is that you don't realize that the noise, the commotion, makes the environment difficult to meditate. It's not just the noise. They wait until they sleep, but then they also become sleepy themselves. Okay, so you have to be careful when you meditate. Avoid noisy places, places that has a lot of motions. Okay, and a lot of movements. Avoid those places. Traffic, cars, and stuff like that.
they're just by 8 o'clock. Usually the routine is get up at 7:30. We can actually wake up 10 minutes early to meditate.
Yeah. But the point, what she's doing, what I think what I'm hearing from her is that what she's doing is a wonderful thing for her students. Introduce them to meditation. It's a gift because she enables them to be exposed to a process called emptying the mind. Okay? Meditation, a process of emptying the mind. You look at all these people, what they do, they actually, everything is not beyond lessening your thoughts, right? You raise your hands. Yeah. But you see, once the TV is that loud, meaning the dad is excited about some kind of football games and the mom is crying from the movies, whatever, and that the emotions will drive you up the wall, okay? So that's why it's not just the noise, it's also the emotions, the commotion, and that's what you want to run away from. You don't want that kind of environment. It's just too tumultuous. Yes? Yes, absolutely. Just kidding. Thầy nói không phải đến một chỗ khi nó ồn rồi, ồn ào rồi, thường nó có sự âm thanh không mà còn có cái tình cảm nó dao động, chẳng hạn như đang coi football này nọ, thành ra cái chỗ nó dao động quý vị khó mà thiền. Yes, quite a few hands here. Yes. That's what I'm going. I'm going towards. Okay. Why don't you find? You maybe finish the class 5 minutes early, 10 minutes early, and then let's meditate. In the whole classroom, I will teach you a way to pacify the classroom even, so that it's calmer. Okay, this is what we do, by the way, whenever we go out and teach meditation somewhere else. You think it's just we just go somewhere and teach you meditation? No, we don't. You go there and we seal the area. Okay? There's a lot more than you think. I used to go to a rec room in Lakewood Park, and we rented it for 2 hours. Okay? And so it's from 9 to 11, something like that. I forgot now. And so for 2 hours, okay, and then right after that, there's another group that comes in. Okay, so for 2 hours, that room is it's ours. For 2 hours, we seal it so that it's more quiet. Okay, so that's what it's better to do that, because they get some help from you. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. And give them extra credit. That's what you do. Don't forget that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. It's better you do it with them than on their own. Okay. And it's so important because I remember when I was in high school that I was so tired from excessive cramming, and I naturally would, sit in the samurai pose, sit on my legs, and then empty my mind just to survive, because I couldn't take it anymore. So what she's doing is she's teaching her students a skill. It's very, very useful. And and you stress the fact this is the skill they can use the rest of their lives. Whenever they overload it mentally, empty it. Just shed it. That's all it takes. It applies to the rest of you as well. When your mind is overloaded, stop. Empty it. Purge it. Okay? When your emotions overwhelm you, stop. Purge emotions. That's what you do. Okay? So far, so good? So if you have students, I highly encourage it. It's very good for them. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
One form of meditation I use, and I've learned it reading the book Chan meditation.
Yes.
Is the Om Mani
Padme Hum. Yeah.
That's very good.
If you recite Om Mani Padme Hum in your classroom before you do it, the area before it will clear it up. As soon as you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, you know what happens? There are a lot of spirits who come and protect you. It's not the best, but it's one of the good ways to seal the area, to clear out the area. Think of your will. Every time you meditate, they're invisible beings, okay, who are still around, and they can be causing trouble. So when you recite Om Mani Padme Hum or something else, they run away. They can't stay there. That's why the troublemakers are chased away. This is what I meant by sealing the area so that they cannot cause trouble. Because what happens, you don't see it, but they invisible, they come, you meditate, they come and say, and that's when you have an itch over here and have an itch over here. You know that? Yeah. Mấy cái người vô hình này tới quý vị đừng thiền, họ tới họ kẹp heo cái vị, họ kéo áo, họ đùng để cái vị thành cái vị người khó chịu. Thành là mình tùng mấy cái chú như mấy cái thần chú đó thì họ bỏ họ chạy, họ không dám quấy rầy cái vị. Okay? Anything else? Yes.
Maybe she should read the book. Let's help her. Chan meditation.
Oh, she knows everything about meditation already. No need.
I learned that just at the beginning of meditation.
Mm.
So much to learn.
Yeah. Next time I tell you about meditation, what does it take for successful meditation practice? Michelle, in the future, I tell you, I'd like to tell you about it. It's a lot more you can get out of meditation if you do it right. Cái vị trong tương lai thầy giảng cái vị biết. It's not as simple as sitting there and crossing your legs and sitting. It's not enough. Cái vị thiền mà chỉ ngồi xếp bằng không, it's just it's a lot more. You can get a lot more with your meditation time. You do it right. Cái vị mà thiền mà đúng phương pháp á, thì có nhiều cái lợi ích nó lớn lao hơn nhiều. Okay. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Feel free to ask questions. Thắc mắc thì mong quý vị cứ hỏi đi, không có ngại gì hết. Okay. All right. So she's doing. I'm very happy to hear you're doing a good thing for your students. It's wonderful. Keep it up. Okay. Not only for your students, but do it for your children as well. Okay. You should do it for your children. It's a very, very nice skill to have. You have to teach your student, your children meditation. Encourage them. 5-10 minutes. Con cái phải khuyên họ thiền. Lúc nhỏ cũng dễ. It's very easy to teach a meditation when they're younger. When they're in the teenagers now, they have all the interests and they know what they want already. It's very difficult to teach them. You know, like 15, 16-year-old, unless you give them, you know, some incentives. Yeah. Now you have to bribe them. But when you're younger, much easier to teach them meditation. Các con trẻ dễ dạy hơn. Okay? We can stop here today and go to lunch.